Hello guys and welcome to my channel Departure from the Usual. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, then do subscribe it and hit the like button as well. So today's shout out goes to Vedant More. Let's move on to the video now. So today I'll talk about a French man, Charles Sobrage, who was a serial killer, a swindler and a thief. And various news organizations often refer to him as the Bikini Killer. Netflix also released a series named The Serpent related to the similar case in April 2021. Let's know more about his background. His full name is Hodchand Bhavnani Gurumukh Charles Sobrage. He was born on April 6, 1944 in Vietnam. His childhood was not so normal. His mother was a young Vietnamese woman who worked in bars and shops, and his father was a tailor from India who wanted nothing to do with his son. And this made Charles to become bitter and spiteful, and he was not able to handle this rejection from his father. And he wrote in his diary that I'll make you regret that you have missed your father's duty. After his parents' separation, his mother got married to her boyfriend in French Indochina, which led him to grow up between Indochina and France. In France, he lived in Marseilles. His schooling took place at a French boarding school. In his school days, he was always missing from his class, due to which he had low grades. However, when he came to school, he was a trouble for the school authorities. In his teens, he was baptized as a Catholic and was renamed Charles Gurumukh Sobrage in the church records. Now moving on to the terrible crimes he committed. Charles had already gotten into trouble for burglary, car theft, gun smuggling and more in France, Greece, Turkey, India and Afghanistan. But his killing spree began in Bangkok, Thailand. In 1975, he started working as a drug dealer but soon turned to a con that involved manipulation, drugging and eventually murder. It was here that he met Marie-Andre, a French-Canadian tourist who fell madly in love with him and tolerated his criminal activity and womanizing ways. Charles' profile involved saving Western tourists from situations he himself had created. He stole passports from a pair of former French police officers, then became their hero when he ended up finding them. He dosed another French tourist with a poison that made him think he had dysentery, then provided him with shelter and medical care, helping him get better. It was here that Charles met Ajay Chaudhry, who would become his accomplice for years. Charles' first victim was a woman named Teresa Knowlton from Seattle, Washington. He offered to be her tour guide in the nearby resort city of Pattaya. Her burnt body was later found by police. Not long after, the body of his next victim, Janie Bolivar, was found drowned in a tidal pool in the Gulf of Thailand. She and another victim of his were found wearing floral bikinis, which earned him the nickname the Bikini Killer. He killed several other people that year in Thailand. He conned a pair of Dutch students into trusting him after he poisoned them and then nursed them back to health. Their bodies were found in December. They had been strangled and burned. The body of the girlfriend of another victim of Charles, who had come looking for her boyfriend, was also found that month in a floral bikini. After police put the cases of the girls in bikinis together, Charles decided it was time to escape the heat. And he, along with his girlfriend Marie-Andre, left Thailand using the passports they stole from Bintaja and Hamka. They went to Nepal, where a pair of Western tourists were soon found murdered. Charles and Marie then used their passports to get back into Thailand. They bailed to India for a bit, then come back to Thailand, and Charles was interrogated in relation to the Bikini Killer murders. But the Thai police didn't want to take it too far for fear of what an investigation might do to the country's tourism industry. Charles then went to Malaysia with Ajay Chaudhry and the two stole a ton of precious gems. But Ajay never got to share in the spoils. He disappeared and his body was never found. It is believed that Charles killed him. After that, Charles and his girlfriend sold some jewels in Switzerland and they returned to India to get back up to their old tricks. They recruited a pair of American tourists, then tried to poison them, but they killed one man, a French tourist named Jean-Luc Solomon, and another group of victims caught on when the poison began to work too quickly. They brought the police's attention to Charles, and the murder of the poisoned tourist sent him to prison for 21 years. But Charles had a problem. His sentence in India was going to be finished before the statute of limitations on his murders in Thailand was up, so he had to get creative. So he threw himself a big prison birthday bash to which he invited inmates and officers. He dosed the snacks with sleeping pills, and when the guards and the most of the prisoners were asleep, he walked out like he owned the place. The idea, however, wasn't to stay out of jail. Oddly enough, it was to get thrown back in for more time. His original sentence was to let him out while he could still be handed over to Thailand for his first murders. So he escaped in order to extend his sentence longer than the 20-year statute of limitations there. That escape was just one of Charles' several prison breaks from various penal institutions in Europe and Asia. He had already wiggled his way out of jails in Greece and Afghanistan. He once faked a case of appendicitis to get taken to a hospital, from which he made his escape after getting his totally healthy appendix removed. Now this is something only a crazy man will do. The India Times reports that his skills for slithering out of jail cells earned him the nickname The Serpent. So no, his escape from Tihar wasn't his first. It also earned him another decade behind bars, and when he was released in 1997, he no longer had to worry about facing the death penalty in Thailand. He then moved back to France, where he retired and crashed in on his outrageous life story. He charged hefty fees for interviews in which he told his stories. The BBC reported that he charged a French actor-producer $15 million to be able to tell his story. Now Charles may have a knack for getting out of prisons, but that's also because he's just so good or better at getting put in them. Had he stayed in France, he'd probably be a free man today, but instead he returned to Nepal once again and hit the casino. According to India Today, he was recognized by a journalist from the Himalaya Times at Casino Royale in Kathmandu. Charles did his best to pass himself off as a regular tourist, but the journalist stalked out his hotel for several days, and after some investigation confirmed that he was tracking the serpent. He notified police, and 2 days later Charles Sobraj was arrested. He was found guilty of the 1975 murders of Connie Bronzik and Laurent Ormond and sentenced to life in prison, a punishment he has yet to slither out of. However, he is believed to have been responsible over 20 murders of Western tourists in Nepal, Turkey, Hong Kong, Afghanistan, Thailand, and India over the decades. A Bollywood crime film titled Main Aur Charles, starring Randeep Hooda as Charles, Richa Chadda, Adil Hussain, Tiska Chopra and Alex O'Neill in lead roles was released in 2015. The film story follows the escape of Charles from Tihar jail. Also, many books have been written on the life and crimes of Charles Sobraj. So what are your thoughts about this man who just targeted tourists in 70s? While in prison in 2008, Charles got married to his lawyer's daughter, Nihita Biswas. She was 20 and he was 64 years old at that time. His wife is a former reality star, she appeared on the Indian show Bigg Boss. Nihita Biswas reportedly fell in love with Charles Shobraj while visiting him in prison and serving as his interpreter. She believes he is innocent. So do you guys also believe that he is innocent? I don't think so. What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments below. Also, if you want to know about the heart-wrenching case of Casey Joe, whose friends betrayed her and killed her brutally, then hit the video on the left. And don't forget to subscribe the channel. I'll meet you next time with another crime story from around the world. Until then, signing off.